Hi to everyone watching. I'm Jennifer.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Hi guys, I'm Miles Teller. I'm here promoting Top Gun Maverick, and I wanted to say hi to all my fans in beartai bus.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Well, the fact that Tom was interested and Joe came up with a terrific story. It's always about the story and the character, and Joe created a great journey for Maverick to go through on this film.
Jeez. Having any fun yet?
In Top Gun Maverick, I play Rooster. Rooster is Goose's son, and in the movie, when you first find Rooster, he's already a Top Gun pilot, but he is one of the few selected to try out for a very special mission that none other than Tom Cruise Maverick is our teacher and our instructor. And that's kind of all I'll say for now.
I play Penny Benjamin, who, for folks who know the original Top Gun, she's mentioned in that film. And we get to meet her here for the first time. So she's someone who's known Pete for a very long time. I think they've had an on-again, off-again relationship over the years. I think she's a really fun character, very optimistic. She runs a bar that all the aviators go to. And she raises her daughter on her own. And she's an independent woman with a great spirit.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain.
It was very intense. It was, it's really kind of a marvel that we were able to fly in these jets for real and to be able to put cameras in the cockpit, so we didn't need any special effects or anything. But, when you're experiencing 7.5 Gs, that's like 1,500 pounds of pressure, of force on your body. So even just trying to turn your head that way takes a good amount of effort.
All right. That was awesome.
Tom's he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. You think about Top Gun coming out in 1986, which made him the biggest star in the world, and now it's 2022, and I think he's still the biggest movie star in the world. So you don't get to that place on accident. So it's really just a reflection of the hard work that he puts in, and just also how well liked he is. He really just cares about the audience and wants to entertain them.
He's really a joy to work with, so generous and so all in every moment with what he's doing. Gives so much, is just really passionate about making movies and trying to make the best movie that he possibly can in every moment. So it was a really fun experience.
To die.
Tom's an excellent pilot. Excellent pilot. I was very impressed and felt very comfortable with him as a pilot. The plane's amazing. It was his plane, actually. It was an incredible experience. I'd never been in a plane like that. The cockpit is right over your head, and my knees were up against his seat. It's a tiny, tiny little cockpit. He started the engine, and flames burst out. I didn't know that was normal, but evidently it is. We were flying. We took off at dawn, and we're flying right over the tops of the mountains. So I've never done any of that in an airplane before. And it was very special. It was a really fun movie, I thought. I thought the flying sequences were extraordinary. And I think at that time, that was the thing that really impacted me the most was, that aspect of it. When you go back and watch it later, you notice the romance. But I think that when the age I was when I first saw it, I think that was the part that interested me less.
I thought it was a really entertaining movie. I thought the performances were great. I loved the world of it. I found it to be a film, it's really a competition film at its heart. And I just really enjoyed seeing these guys kind of really push themselves, but also the soundtrack. I mean, the soundtrack is, as iconic as the film itself.
I mean, I was a 12-year-old kid when I saw it for the first time. So, for me, it was summer blockbuster movie making, but it's also a really beautifully shot film. Tony Scott was an artist, and the cinematography and the way he shot that really kind of changed the way that big movies were looked and felt after that. So that was something that stuck with me.
Well, I think the first movie was something at the beginning of my career, even though I'd made some movies before it. But the way the audience accepted that movie was so exciting to me, and the fact that it made Tom a worldwide star. All the energy and the time that we put into that movie shows up on the screen, and the audience felt the emotion and the action that we gave them, and they appreciated it, and by spending money and going to see the movie many times.
Milkshake.
Well, my call sign on the movie was Battlestar, which was generated by an online call sign generator.
I never got one. They left me out. I don't know why. They gave one to Joe, but not me.
Man, there's so many. I think one thing that sticks out is our first day of aerial photography with the young cast. One of the first actors to go up was Tarzan Davis, who plays Coyote. And we were doing this scene where he blacks out from the G's. And after he went up and came down, we put his footage up on the monitor, and all the pilots and Tom got around, we watched it, and when we saw how spectacular his performance was and the footage we were getting, everyone cheered for him, and it's exactly what we needed to get everyone psyched up to get in the planes. And then from then on, it was great to shoot.
Well, there are so many things like the flying that I did on this movie that I had never done before. That there was the motorcycle riding. I mean, I'd been on a motorcycle before, but it's kind of a different thing being on a motorcycle with Tom Cruise. The sailing sequence was really extraordinary and a huge adventure. We filmed it up in San Francisco. We had actually filmed one version of it, but it was the water was too calm, and Tom said he wanted it to be more exciting, so we went up to San Francisco, where it's really windy, and shot there, and that's what you see in the film.